Hi, this is Monica Haynes, and this is my journey from where I began to where I am right now. The photo on the left is me at 18 years old, and the photo on the right is me currently at the age of 53. I grew up in a little town just south of Philadelphia called Chester, Pennsylvania. This is the site of the house where I grew up. It's not actually the house, it's no longer there, it's a new structure. This is actually across the street, but this is what my house looked like when I was growing up, only in much better shape. But the houses were green and white, and we had the awnings, and we had a little patch of grass, but we had hedges. And so it was a lot better looking when I was growing up there, 40, 50 years ago, but the town has gone down a lot. It was an industrial town, and one of the main um, businesses there was a shipbuilding business, Sun Shipbuilding Company. And at one point, it was the largest single shipyard in the world. That was during World War II when a lot of people came to those industrial cities for work. My dad that raised me, he worked at the Scott Paper plant there, and there were several other businesses that were there during the time that I grew up that are no longer there. And that's why the town is really in such dire straits right now. This is my mom, uh, aka Miss Minnie. This is the mom that raised me. I was put up for adoption, and then I came to live with her when I was 2 years old. And those are my two brothers that I grew up with, two of the four that I grew up with, Henry and Tony. This is my dad, my foster dad, Deacon Spencer, and he died when I was 13. And my brothers were younger than that, so they really didn't have a father when they were growing up. I went to Chester High School as a pretty good student. I was on the Scott's High Q team. That was one of the things that I did in high school. And that's me in the circle. In front of me is my best friend in the white dress, Marilyn Harris. And as I said, this is my graduation photo. This is from the yearbook. I went to Pittsburgh on the Greyhound bus to go to Duquesne University, where I majored in journalism. And when I was a freshman at Duquesne, I started working at the Pittsburgh Post Gazette, the newspaper there in Pittsburgh, as a copy messenger. Eventually, I worked there all through college and then worked my way up to become a staff writer. And I wrote all kinds of stories from covering Hurricane Katrina to the Super Bowl to interviewing lots of different celebrities because I always enjoyed entertainment coverage, and that's what I did toward the end of my time there at the paper. These are my children. I have four. My oldest daughter is on the left. My son's the youngest, and my youngest daughter is in the middle, and then my second oldest daughter is on the right. This is the story that I did about finding my mother. I did find my birth mother when I was 44 years old, and had a chance to have somewhat of a relationship with her. Not much, but she passed away, so we didn't have a lot of time together, unfortunately. Um, this was also part of the story I wrote about finding my mother because I did also research my father's side, and they're from Richmond, Virginia. And this is when I went to go visit my uncle Harold, my father's brother. He also has since passed away. And this is just an example of one of the other stories I did during the campaigns based on Hillary Clinton's ad when she was running for president. And so I did a series of stories at 3 a.m. what other people were doing. And this is my best friend from school, Marilyn, that you saw in the other photo. This is us at our 25th high school reunion. And we've done a lot of things together. We went to the Democratic National Convention in 2008 when Barack Obama was nominated. Um, After I left the paper in 2008, took a buyout, started doing different jobs. One of the ones that I did was working at the Marketing and Communications Department as a freelance writer for the August Wilson Center for African American Culture. After I left the paper, I decided I wanted to go back to school, and so I ended up starting in 2012, fall of 2012, at Quinnipiac University. One of the things that I did after I left the paper was help create a media workshop, and these are some of the students that were in our workshop. And I served as the administrator, and then you can see me here at the front of the classroom. I was also one of the instructors. And this is the cover of my final project, capstone project, and it's looking for my family. And since I'm now in Richmond, I wanted to do a website about my family, and hoping that other people will become interested in family history and family genealogy. I think that's really important. And also wanting to do something that would engage my family members. So that's the history of how I got to where I am today. Thank you very much. Take care.